Hey everyone, we are Mike and Kelly Giesler, and this is May Gimmies.
Welcome everyone to Maggie Ray, here in the Gulf of Saint-Tropez, coming to you with a boat tour today. Maggie Ray is our FP44. We chose this boat based on comfort, size, and performance. Size, because we wanted a boat large enough to sail the ocean, but small enough for two of us to handle. And comfort, because we are liveaboard. This is our home. We wanted something that we could relax in. So why don't you join me and we'll go check her out. As we come on board, we come off the sugar scoop into the cockpit area. You can see this is a great day bed. It is perfect when the sun is coming up and there is a sunrise or a sunset and catch a book. As we enter the cockpit, we're going to see quite a bit. This has utility and function for us. Utility because we have a table that seats 8, so when you come on board we can have a really nice relaxing dinner. It is where we have lunch and dinner, breakfast, coffee, and work when I edit videos. We have a lot of seating around, so it's not just at the table. We have relaxing areas. This bench is nice and deep. You can sit down and it has seen a nap or two. This bench also has storage in it, so we can store extra lines, buckets, safety gear. We have yet more seating area that offers a little bit of shade and a little bit of sun depending on the angle, and it's a great little reading nook. As we come around to the rest of the table, we have another bench with storage underneath for hoses and again, more safety gear and floor storage. Snorkel gear is great under here. We also have a cockpit fridge. Typically on a sailboat, this cockpit fridge is the beverage fridge, and on ours it's no different. The reason we chose this fridge though, and not the built-in fridge or the traditional factory fridge, is this is a US fridge and it is an ice maker. And in the Med and in the Caribbean, you definitely have to have your ice. One of the things that to notice in the cockpit is it's not full of sun. In other videos, we had our enclosures on. Now that it's warm, we've taken them off. However, we have installed our sunshades. They're just a textiline sunshade that keeps it a little bit cool in here, gives us a little bit of protection, and in a marina, it offers us some privacy. As we go through, before we go to the interior, which you can see a little bit of, I would like to take you through the rest of the boat. So let's go ahead and go up the port side of the boat. Port side of the boat just has a nice wide walkway for us. As we come up, and you might see on the roof the black panels. These are solar panels. These are the factory installed solar panels, and we chose them because they're walkable. It doesn't hinder where we walk on, and they're not just hanging off the back. All told, we get 2,000 watts on these, and we have additional ones on the starboard side to give us a total of 2,300 watts of solar power. As we come forward, the forward area has yet another seating area. We can lay down and do a little sunbathing, or of course, we can just have a seat, and depending on the sun, this is sunset or this is cocktails again. Also on the front, one of a really nice place to sit is our pulpit seats. You can sit here, face forward, and just watch the sea or the dolphins. And this is when we've done videos of dolphins where we've taken that video from. We have nets on the front. These are called trampolines, but they're not typical trampolines. They're a little bit bouncy. But what they allow us to do is see the anchor, which we are anchored right now, because we can look down and see the anchor when we're dropping it or when we're pulling it up. It's also a great place to wash because the water just goes right through. So when we're washing lines or things, we can just do it. In this seating area, you'll notice a nice little teak table with cup holders, which is great for beverages, but it has a functional purpose. This is our anchor windlass locker. In here is where we control the anchor and the chain. It's controlled with a remote control so that I can stand, look through the trampoline, watch the anchor so we can pull it straight up, straight down, or Mike can, depending on which one of us is here. The other thing you're going to notice in this locker is a hose. Mike is going to do a more technical review in another video, but you get a seawater hose connection, we actually also added a freshwater hose connection. This nice little hose is perfect. As I'm pulling up the chain and locker, if we're anchored in mud, I can pull it up and hose at the same time with a little bit of fresh water to clean some of that mud off. As we move along the boat, we're gonna walk back down the starboard side back to the stern. The starboard side has a little more going on than the port side did, and that's because this is where all our lines are run. You'll notice also that our front windows have those textiline shades on them. These can roll up or come off, but they provide us sun protection, privacy, and it just controls the heat inside the salon, so we're not always running air conditioning. We have more solar panels, and you can see we have a lot of lines. They control our gennaker, our mainsail, our reefs, our topper, and our head sail. They're nice different colors so that we can just visually see which lines we're pulling and not look all the way up to the mast all the time to see what we're pulling. You can see we have our radar extender, our Echo Max, and all our lines. As we come through to the helm station, we've installed 2 power winches along with a manual winch. These have 2 speeds, which allow us to raise a halyard really quickly, but when we get close, we can inch it along or any other sheet, and then a manual just in case. This is also the helm station. It has a couple of good features for us. We're solo sailors, or we're just double sailors, so we have some safety lines to keep us in at night, because as many of you know, we do sail at night. And it's big enough for both of us to be up here. So even though one of us might be at the controls and watching, the other can sit up here comfortably, or the person not at the helm station can sit in probably one of the best seats in the house, and that's up to the fly bridge. As we come around the helm station and we come into the fly bridge, we have yet more seating. Anybody who has sailed with us knows that this is the primo spot. 360-degree views of where you're going, where you've come from, and now you can spot the dolphins as they're coming along. It offers a little bit of sun and a little bit of shade and a lot of relaxation. In another port, we actually had friends on board for some evening cocktails, and 8 of us sat here very comfortably. One of the other reasons we chose this boat is because we are just the 2 of us. It means sometimes we're going to be separated. One of us is at the helm, and one of us might have to do some cooking. We might be doing laundry. We might be working on a task, a broken thing, like like the Aramar that Mike and I explained about. So this helm station allows the person at the helm to see all the way down into the cockpit and completely into the galley. So no one is disconnected. We can talk to each other. We can see what is going on. Now, we're about to go on the inside, so let's take off our sunglasses and let's go inside. Welcome to the interior of Maggie Ray. As you walk from the cockpit, you'll notice there's a really wide opening. These are sliders that create a 3-meter wide opening for us all the way over to the galley. So again, it feels very connected between the outside of the boat and the inside of the boat. One of the things that sold me on this boat was the island. Typically in sailboats, it's an L-shaped, more like a peninsula, but Fountaine Pajot followed the example of their bigger boats and created an island. In this, it creates my galley. Sink, stove, and oven. Let's talk a little bit about what this is. Typically, you get a propane or a butane stove and oven. Mike and I chose to go all electric, to not have butane or propane inside the boat. So we chose an electric induction stove, which I absolutely love. And we chose a microwave convection oven. I wasn't sure I would like it, but I do. It's a matter of just slipping a tray in and out to go from oven to microwave. But what that does is typically the microwave is here. That left me with storage. So the microwave convection was absolutely a great deal. I could have put a dishwasher under the sink, but again, chose space over that. The island houses a cabinet and a freezer. Now it's this little larger than a dorm size freezer, but For Mike and I, that's perfect. The galley rounds out with double door refrigerators. Again, they're quite large, considering we also have the cockpit fridge for beverages. Right above the fridges, you will see our nav station. And again, Mike will do more technical review, but this is a duplex of the Garmin chart up at the Helm station. This allows us to know all our power. And of course, we have our VH radio and a few other things. And for our techies out there, Mike might open this up and show you all the connections. Over here, we have the salon. We have a very comfortable seating area. Of course, Mike and I have our sides, but we can lounge, and it doubles as storage. Our medical kit, manuals, subwoofers, even the coffee table opens for books and manuals. So there's not a lack of storage. I also use the floor as storage. You will see that there's outline panels. I lift this up, and in it we have storage. We have 4 such storages in the galley salon area of this boat. So it's really just perfect for us. Let's take a look at the port side. We have the Maestro version, which means we have 1 master cabin on port and 2 guest cabins on starboard. Let's head down to the master side. We go aft. We will go to the main part of the master bedroom. As you can see, we have a full-size bed. We have plenty of entrance on either side and storage. We have hooks for clothing. And we each have a reading light. As we move forward, this area is kind of the dressing area. Typically on this side, it is a desk with a chair. We chose to make it a dresser for all our clothes. We also have storage above here. We have more storage here, and you can see we used the space for baskets. As we move forward, you will come to our bathroom area. This allows, it's a single sink, which we do have to coordinate a little bit, but the one perfect thing about here is the walk-in shower that uses a typical glass door. We did add a light to the shower, as that is not typical. So anyone looking to get an FP44, I would add a light. We have our head and our hanging closet. One of the other great advantages of this boat was this very small peak area in the front. This is a utility room. I believe you can also make it a walk-in closet, but the utility room has been priceless. We use this as a bench. There is actually a custom-made mattress that we have that folds on top of this for a small child with storage underneath. And as you walk through, on the inside of this, we have quite a bit of storage. We have cubbies with totes that came with the boat, a screen overhead to protect them, and drawers. We will go back through up the companionway, up through the salon, and over to the starboard side. Starboard side houses 2 guest cabins and a laundry room. If we go forward, we see a small guest room. Now notice that even though the rooms are smaller, the beds are actually all the same size. So they have nice full-size beds, and the storage is different in each cabin, but still ample storage. Opening overheads, open shelves, closets, and each has their own bathroom. Inside is a shower, a sink, and a head. This is actually our laundry room. Inside these doors is a washer-dryer combination. This cabin's designed a little bit differently because the back of the boat is a little bit wider than the front of the boat, so it has a little more walk room around it, but it has the same functionality. We come through, one more thing I'll mention is as we come to the starboard, we have a control panel, and this is where we can turn our circuit breakers on and off for motors, for pumps. We have a water maker, and we have a generator. Mike and I really hope you enjoyed the interior, and you can look forward to a technical review or reviews, more of the workings of the boat, but Hopefully some of you will come see us and come enjoy this live. Bye everyone.